Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video News Now. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this strange object that you can kind of see in this circle, this red circle. You actually see it, when I start the video, that it's definitely something moving. But based on what I can see here, this thing is huge. This thing is like the size of Jupiter or something like that, or might even be bigger than Jupiter. Because if you compare this to the size of the sun, yeah, this is massive. Also have this old video here that I know I've shown this before, but it came up again. But this is some gigantic, this weird shaped UFO. They're calling it a mothership because I think these other little crafts, you see them entering into it. But this was taken by the International Space Station. And I remember when years ago, I talked about this image, and someone was really insistent on it being fake. I don't know why, but someone in the comments just kept trying to convince me that this was fake. Whatever. Anyways, I got this one here too. This is a craft, pretty clear. And this is in Valhermoso. I'm not too sure where that is. And then this is another one of those videos I know I've played before, but I've never had the full 10-minute version. And this was something that was taken in Afghanistan. You can see these four objects here that's in a line. Some people were trying to, again, the debunkers were saying that this was some kind of target practice. But, tell me what in the U.S. military's arsenal has these little probes that just, stay in one spot. And then when they're hit by a missile, they don't move at all. But anyways, it's 8 minutes, 33 seconds long. Since it's Reddit, I'll be able to play the whole thing, and we'll check that out. Also have this little clip here. Let me see if I can read it. Yeah. This is something crazy that I found on Twitter from this guy, Think Tank. But again, I have no idea if it's, really real, but it's about someone on, 4chan, talking about, why real disclosure isn't happening. And again, I have no idea whether to, check to see or check the validity or the credibility of this thing. We'll look at it. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. Also found this thing. This is a repost of leaked DoD paper, which claims that the Tic Tacs are some form of mechanical life, which is why I think it was in David Grush's congressional testimony, he had referred to non-human biologics, or even the term non-human intelligence, right? They're saying that some of these UFOs that we've been seeing could be some type of artificial AI that, based on how they react and, they're complete autonomous abilities, that that they are some type of mechanical life form as opposed to an organic life form. And then I also came across this, while I was looking on this guy's Think Tank's X account. I came across a bunch of memes of this woman here, Susan Gough. Apparently she was at the Arrow congressional testimony, and I guess she kind of freaked a lot of people out. But anyways, I was just trying to find out who the heck she was. Found out that she's a part of this group here called the Intelligence Resource Program. Intelligence, that's IRP, and that she had written this paper called The Evolution of Strategic Influence. But, again, this is not a paper that I want to really get into, because I think, man, I actually shouldn't have even repeated the title. Damn it. Anyways, I don't want to, because this is one of those, I could be completely wrong. I could be completely paranoid, but I'll just let you read what this is about. And if you feel like, you want to look more into this, I'll give you the email address. I'll give you the web address. so you can check it out yourself. But anyways, if you appreciate the time and effort that I put into bringing this information to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video, and more importantly, please subscribe. And just a quick note, I want to say that I haven't been making these videos, and it's because I've been kind of frustrated. It's taken me so long to get to just 1,000 subs. Especially after taking down my original channel because of censorship, and I just thought that if the election had gone any other way, I would not be making, I wouldn't have made this video, because I would have lost hope for this country. And now, the way the elections turned out, I have a lot more hope. And I think this censorship complex, that's taken over our government and our social media companies will hopefully come to an end. And then I'll for sure start, I'm going to try and start making more videos anyways. But anyways, let's check this out. Yeah, look at that thing. Again, this could just be like, solar winds or something. But I don't know. To me, it looks like a craft that bounced off the sun. Maybe it's a cloaked craft, or again, maybe it's some type of solar phenomenon. Yeah, here we'll see this in a close-up, more, a little closer. Yeah, look at that. Now, if, again, I could be completely wrong, but I think, okay, here you see my cursor here, right? I believe planet Earth would just cover up my cursor in relation to the sun. Or that might even be too big, right? Because didn't they say you can fit like 1 million Earths into the sun, right? So, yeah. The sun is huge. So again, whatever this is, again, if this little cursor is about the size of planet Earth, right? What the hell is this thing? But it's definitely seems to be something moving. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that is any type of atmospheric or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's no atmosphere in space. I don't know what you would call it, but some type of celestial phenomenon. Right? How could this not be some type of gigantic craft? Like, what other explanations could it be? Right, it lands on the sun and takes off. It seems to brush against the sun. Why? Now, does it actually, no, see, I'm not too sure if it actually touches the sun or just comes real close to the sun. Hey, I don't want that music. It's just music. Anyways, I thought that was pretty interesting. Again, if you want to check it out, you go to UFO VNI 2012, a giant Prometheus-shaped UFO. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, now again, this is one of those old videos. I know I've probably shown a few times on UFO Video Addicts. But, I'm going to start at the beginning here. And we're going to go ahead and play this whole thing. Oh, sorry about that. Well, no. You know what? Yeah, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start the whole thing so you guys get context of what's going on. But this obviously seems to be taken from the International Space Station. Right? Look how high above the planet they are. You can see, wow, look at this line, this definitive atmospheric line. So again, you know, based on the way the camera is moving, I believe that this is, you know, someone is hand holding a camera. And then you see this object there come into view. And whatever this is, right, it has to be huge. And remember, you know, this is happening in low Earth orbit. This is happening in space. And again, I don't know what specific date this actually happened on, but things like this are happening over our heads all the time. And it's because we aren't alone on the planet. You know, and again, I think that that's one of the reasons why you know, my channel isn't, or is being suppressed, is because I'm pushing that fact, and it seems as if, you know, I'm jumping the disclosure timeline, right? Because it's pretty obvious to me that there's a planned out disclosure process that, you know, that the people, the different factions that are in charge. And I believe that there are multiple factions. I think like people like Stephen Greer, you know, are one group, and they don't necessarily agree with the way like Lou Elizondo and his group, you know, Christopher Mellon and, you know, Professor Gary Nolan and all those guys, right? I think those guys are separate from what Greer, the disclosure that Greer is trying to get across, you know, because he's got all that nonsense about that there's, you know, there aren't any bad aliens out there, or this idea that some of the abductions are being done by our military, which I think is just complete nonsense, that they're faking it. Give me a break. Anyways, yeah. So, you know, but again, I don't want to take anything away from Dr. Greer, because I think, you know, he's no doubt, he was one of the major pioneers in the disclosure movement when he did the Disclosure Project in 2001. But again, since then, you know, he's gotten a little wacky. But anyways, check this out. This is happening in Vallehermosa, it says.
Something extraordinary is happening in Vallehermoso, in Tamaulipas. The presence of non-human technology is becoming increasingly clear and close. Is there something in this place? Is it perhaps because Juanito Juan is there? This is what has happened since the first images he managed to capture of a disc-shaped object a few meters away from a house located right in front of the area where he lives. A sequence of 3 images where this object moved quickly, but before it did, Juanito Juan managed to photograph it 3 times. But it hasn't been the only event. On December 29, 2022, he managed to photograph with his cell phone for the first time a sphere near the area where he lives. A few hours later, while heading to another area of Vallehermoso, he captured...
Yeah, look at these, right? Now, these spheres have been seen all over the planet now, right? So many people are now capturing these things on their cell phones or on drone footage.
2 spheres, which were over a field, and he obtained very clear and close photographs. On February 12, 2022, he recorded an object also in the shape of a disc, which was a few meters from the area, and a few minutes later a sphere appeared very close, dark in color, but it was illuminated by the rays of the sun that were gradually appearing at that moment.
Again, now, why is this one guy able to capture all of these images? You know, what is it about him? Did they choose him? Does he just happen to be in a, you know, in a hot spot or something, just by coincidence?
On March 6, 2002, for the second time, Juanito Juan managed to observe how a strange object descended from the sky and began to emerge from a cloud. This is the extraordinary photograph. Without a doubt, the case of Juanito Juan is shaping up to become one of the most important of all time.
Why this guy? Like you know, again, I'm always looking to the sky. Like I think I've mentioned this before. You know, when I was about 11 years old, I did see 2 UFOs. I lived near a military base, and yeah, saw 2 craft that, you know, I knew were not anything related to the base. And you know, actually, a couple weeks ago, I thought I saw something too. But that's it. You know, like there are some people out there who, again, I don't know how, but they're able to capture images. Oh, look at these guys' hands. That's kind of weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's very weird. I don't know if that's Photoshop or real. But anyways, that's that. Let's go to this full 10 minutes. Now, this is just 8 minutes and 33 seconds long. I'm going to go ahead and play the whole thing. But before I do, let me just read this so you guys have a little context of what this is. This video is somewhat infamous, but I've only seen a 60-second or so version posted here before. Yeah, that's like me. This is the first time I've ever seen the full clip. Anyways, there are usually comments along the lines of these are training targets. However, in this full 10-minute version, you can see that the camera switches from FLIR to normal vision, revealing that these are multicolored glowing orbs that move in a rigid spatial relationship with each other. So now, yeah, this was taken in Afghanistan, and you are going to see a missile that, you know, that they fire at it, and the missile just bounces right off of it. Yeah, actually, let me start this from the beginning, because yeah, with this one too, I think they're looking around for these things. And remember, you know, FLIR is a forward-looking infrared. So again, you can see when they switch to the natural light, you can't see them. They can only be seen in the infrared. Yeah, now look at this stuff that seems to be dripping off of this. I wonder if I wonder if it would leave something on the ground below where these things are. Top right of screen will show some kind of artillery or missile striking. There it is. Bam. Actually, well, it hit 2, but look at that. Nothing. They didn't even move an inch. Right, and if someone wants to prove that this is some type of target practice, provide a link to the company that has, you know, this ability to make 4 objects float in the sky or hang in the sky. Yeah, show me the company that that does this, or that claims to do this. Oh, you know what? Down here, I'm seeing a date. This happened in 2011. May 3rd of 2011. And this is 2129. So what is this, like almost 9:30, right? In Afghanistan. You know, I also think that there was that, another video similar to this that was taken in Chile, where I believe, a similar probe shows something dripping off the object. Yeah, like I said, I'd be real curious to see, to like examine the ground below these things to see if there's any type of foreign substance. Wow, look at that. He's looking for it. Did they disappear? Yeah, that's too bad we didn't see them like moving away. Right? Yeah. Oh, there's something. Oh, no, that's it. Okay, that looks like an A10. Let's go back to that. Yeah, I bet you. Yeah, to me, if just a real quick glimpse I got it, I think it was like one of those warthogs. Okay, let me just jump ahead because if they're just looking for this thing. Oh, here we go. Yes, look at 4 more in a different formation. Yeah, now the way this camera is moving, I think it's being remotely operated. Doesn't seem like it's something that's being handheld. Right, and this stuff that's dripping down, is it possibly a byproduct of whatever energy that they're using, or maybe it's just some kind of like condensation, right? Because I'm sure if this is IR and we're seeing this as dark, does that mean that no, that means it's super cold. Oh, look at that. You know what? This is the naked eye. So this is 9:30 at night. So you can see them with the naked eye. Or at least you can see these. I don't think those other ones that were visible. Yeah, look at those colors. Yeah, now this is obviously being with no filter. We can see those different colors. And I'm actually really starting to accept the idea that these crafts aren't necessarily being piloted by like beings inside the craft. Yeah, these things definitely seem more like probes or mechanical. Structures, something mechanical, as opposed to something organic. But I'm also aware that some of these objects that have been identified as UFOs are most likely some type of plasma being, that's finally being revealed. The Journal of Modern Physics, February 2024, Journal of Modern Physics released a paper on these plasma entities or creatures that exist in low Earth orbit, or in the thermosphere, as they call it. And again, this is something that I find interesting. In the paper, they mentioned that these creatures or beings or whatever you want to call entities, right, are up to like a kilometer wide, right, which is what, 0.06 miles. 0.6 miles, right, 0.6 miles. When, based on the STS-75, the tether incident analysis, those creatures that were flying around that collector, whatever that scaffolding, those were 2.5 to 5 miles wide. So yeah, it's now been officially, I don't know officially, but it's been acknowledged that that there's these other new a fourth state of life, they're calling it, up in low Earth orbit. But anyways, okay, yeah. So this one here, this is something that I found in this guy Think Tank, his X account. But I find this very interesting. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger, because it's very hard view to, at least for my eyes. I'm getting too old. Hard for me to see this stuff. Okay. Well, I guess that's just as close as I'm going to get. But let me give this a quick read here. Wait, let me just. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get to that next. Okay, anyways, let me just give this a quick read here, okay? This is from, it was on x.com, but it looks like it was taken from 4chan. Anyways, it says, people think they want to see the evidence. I get so sick of seeing these hopeful, naive numbskulls on Reddit and shit talk about how humanity is ready or almost ready to learn. Yeah, it sounds like me. Anyways, no, the fuck you are not. I wish I hadn't learned. The problem is that people want sexy evidence like long, clear HD videos of ships in flight, or maybe even a recording of a NIH speaking, but we only have a handful of the former and only one of the latter, and trust me, nobody wants to hear what it apparently said. We don't have any preserved alien corpses or whatever. We have a ton of radar and sonar blips, thousands of personal testimonies, but people will shrug at that. We have a few images of the aquatic structure. Yeah, like, okay. Yeah, there's definitely something down in the oceans, and they're definitely down there. But nothing that some jaded hipsters won't laugh off as Photoshop. The real best evidence we have are thousands of images of corpses, not just skinned and drained like the cattle mutilations, but contorted, warped, transformed into impossible concoctions of flesh and organs, weird metallic devices plugged into open wounds and mouths. Now, I believe, when they're talking about corpses, I believe they're talking about human corpses. And when he says not just skinned and drained, but contorted, warped, transformed into impossible concoctions of flesh and organ. See, he's talking about, human corpses here. It says, we have video of a completely mangled, headless corpse found in the woods next to a brain and its attached eyes resting on a 4-foot metallurgic tub of some goo. Next to a brain and its attached eyes resting on a 4-foot metallurgic tub of some goo. It had needle-like objects stuck into it that were automatically injecting the goo into the brain. The brain and eyes had no decomposition, and electroencephalography showed that the brain was somehow still alive. We have no idea how long it was out there or what, if anything, it was feeling or seeing. Do people seriously want us to put that on a fucking 60 Minutes? We're ready for disclosure. You think anyone will be able to keep it cool once they've seen it? Nobody keeps their cool once they've seen it. These things, whatever the fuck their motives, are fucking horrific. And every single point every signal points towards an impending invasion. I can't emphasize this enough. We are detecting them every night now. Not one or two, dozens. Please take it fucking seriously. Again, now, yeah, I kind of was following this, except like when he's talking about we're detecting them every night. Yeah, we've been detecting them. Oh, yeah, when he says that the invasion. Yeah, that's where he lost me. Every signal points towards an invading invasion. There's no invasion. They're already here. They've been here. Right, again, and the reason why we detect them every night now, no, it's just because we have better technology, right? We have better equipment. We have more sensitive sensors, right? And devices and radar that now has the ability to detect these things. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, people in our government now know that they're out there. So they're building these components that have the ability to detect these things. And I also think that's what some of all the chemtrailing is about. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to do a video about some guy in Norway, a pilot, I think it was in Norway, who got fired because he didn't want to chemtrail anymore. So yeah, it's not contrails, persistent contrails, it's chemtrails. But anyways, let's go to this one here. This is a repost of leaked DoD paper, Tic Tac's Form of Mechanical Life. This is from the Immaculate Constellation release. But one point I wanted to point out right here. Oh, here we go. It says in all cases where UASP, and I think UA stands for Unidentified Aerial Unidentified Anomalous, or Unidentified Aerial, and SP stands for submerged. SP, I don't know what that P, submerged something, but this is definitely the objects they're seeing underwater. But anyways, all cases where UASP contacts performed a reactionary behavior that was not immediate disengagement can be broadly described as displaying a sense of fear and curiosity. Some data-backed witness accounts went so far as to describe the interactions as playful, like a puppy, and skittish, but very aware, sort of like a parrot, actually. This behavior is a primary indicator of CERT class cases. I don't know what CERT, if anyone knows what CERT stands for. That one I haven't been able to figure out. CERT, conscious entity of conscious entity, RT, I don't know. Class cases and is not seen in cases that have been otherwise explained. The report employed a blind study using known behavioral data processed through a customized AI, essentially reverse engineering the thought processing using gathered stimulus response data. A DoD computing cluster ran a virtual neural network using the engineered processing system and found that UASP behaviors can be reproduced with 98.4% certainty in a closed processing environment. The report concluded that the behaviors analyzed from such contracts exhibit, advanced GI, advanced something intelligence, and advanced or artificial. No, AGIS may be artificial graphic intelligence, maybe, I don't know, strong, and this is artificial super intelligence, I think. Weak behaviors and can be reproduced with current computational systems. This report is significant as it indicates that extraneous processes found in organic life are not impacting behaviors. The elimination of these variables and the effects of maneuvers seen in Section 2 on chemical processes suggest that UASP contacts are either remote autonomous drones or a form of mechanical life. The Harmon-McCary report uses the 1999 discrepancy to suggest an update may have changed the behavior and physical constructions of UASPs, thus classifying them as drones deployed by an organic species. Shibakoya responds to this claim, countering that a machine intelligence may react similarly to a particular stimulus, and hypothesized that the rapid increase of flight performance might indicate a stepped virtual evolution process. Likewise, Shibakoya extrapolates that the gradual shift in appearance and behavior of detected CERT cases may be an artifact of generational changes, with older models being relegated to less involved tasks. The Harmon-McCary and Shibakoya reports both purposes that a potential, I don't know what the hell that last line means. But I guess what they're saying is that that they've seen some of these crafts actually evolve, right? The way our technology gradually gets better and better. I think this is saying that, that some of these crafts that they're seeing have shown specific improvements, but also that based on the way they react, it seems more like some type of artificial intelligence, and it's learning. But anyways, that's all that. This is from rdx.overdrive.com. Anyways, let's go to this other one here. Wow, this video is getting long. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I just want to show this Susan Gough. She was someone that was at the congressional hearings, about the UAP congressional hearings, and a bunch of people thought that she was kind of freaky and spooky and scary. But anyways, I found out that she wrote a paper for these people here, and it's called The Evolution. Oof, good. You know what? Again, I don't want to say it because I don't want man, I've already said it once. But anyways, here, that's the title, okay? And this is the person who wrote it. And it can be found at irp.fas.org/eprint/GOUGH.pdf. Okay, yeah, if you want to just rewind. But anyway, so this is actually the site that it's at, this FAS Intelligence Resource Program. And look at how old this is. I mean, this is like HTML2. Or no, this is HTML1. But yeah, it says it's something. Well, this is HTML1. But look at this. The latest paper was August 2023. That was the last time something was put up here. National Intelligence Strategy of the United States of America. That might be an interesting read, huh? Anyways, yeah, so she put out this paper here. Again, I'm not going to read the title. If you want to read, but this is what it's about. This paper will examine the evolution of how the U.S. government and the Department of Defense have organized to conduct strategic influences as an instrument of national power, from the Psychological Warfare Division of World War II through the Psychological Strategy Board and Operations Coordinating Board of the early Cold War through the Vietnam years to today. Are they organized effectively today to meet the asymmetric threats of the 21st century? Yeah, I think a lot of this information is taken from this advertising guru back in, I think, in the 40s, named Bernays, right? I think it was Albert Bernays? But anyways, he was big in teaching the government or teaching advertisers how to influence people, or really brainwash people is actually the more appropriate term. But yeah, so you want to check that out. I think it'd be a very interesting read. Again, and also understanding how our government does lie to us now. I think, who was it? Obama. He rescinded some law. Oh man, it's at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what the law is, but it was a law where the government wasn't allowed to propagandize to American citizens, but he repealed the law, and now the government and the media, right, is legally allowed to lie to us. Oh, what was the man? It's at the tip of my tongue. The Brett's, no. Again, I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments will know, but yeah, there was a law that didn't allow the government to lie to us, and now that law has been rescinded by Obama, and we're routinely lied to and brainwashed. And like I said, at the beginning, hopefully with this new administration that was democratically elected by the majority of the American people who weren't brainwashed and in a cult, if we get to if we can get to the actual inauguration or whatever, right, in January, when he finally accepts it, because I think I think the deep state, they're scared. They know that they fucked up, and justice is coming for them. So in order to prevent that, they may, they may take another, they may make another attempt. Is all I gotta say. And again, I'm sure Trump's people are also aware of that. So hopefully they're taking preventative measures, and I hope to God that he makes it into office, and the next 4 years, that the country starts to heal, and America starts, or America once again becomes that shining light, that beacon, that draws people and draws them here for the right reasons, and meets up to the expectations of what democracy in this country was supposed to be about. But anyways, this video went very, very long. I'm gonna definitely start doing more of these now that I'm monetized, and now that I think things will get better. But if you like this, thank you very much for making it to the end. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video, and more importantly, please subscribe. And and leave some comments. Tell me, if you disagree or agree, or if you have, I always like it when people provide links to other things that that I can show to other people. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Until next time, take care.